Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. I kind of was gonna lay off this subject matter because I've said what I had to say. And, I feel due to the fact that now basically at the end of the day, the Louisville, Kentucky Police Department is further showing how crooked they are and how this Breonna Taylor case stinks to high heaven. And now what they're doing is trying to run a smear campaign against her. They've tried all kind of tactics to try to ruin her name and her image, from trying to portray her as a lightweight queen pin, which, by the way, I'm going to say this once again. Candace Owens is full of crap. And I know she tried to put up a Facebook post or whatever that was, or Twitter or Instagram, with some phony transcripts that just got made available to the public that the Louisville Police Department doctored. At the end of the day, they have, for real, they have, I'm just going to be honest with you, they have no clout. They have no credibility whatsoever. It's already been proven. You can't believe nothing they say. Their department is stained from how Breonna Taylor was murdered, because she was murdered, to basically them trying to do what they do best when it comes to a black person, or try to do what they do best, try to ruin somebody's reputation. Once again, Breonna Taylor did not have a criminal record. Once again, her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, did not have a criminal record and was a law-abiding citizen and a legal gun owner. But that doesn't apply when it comes to us. No matter how much evidence and proof you try to provide to show that, hey, this is not what the case was, they already have their mind made up on how they gonna portray you. Doesn't matter. We all know in society, especially if you black, I'm not saying no person of color because I don't use that terminology. If you're black, you already know you are guilty until proven innocent, or it doesn't matter whether you're 100% innocent. You guilty just by skin color, not association, because if you black, according to white people, you did it. No matter how much evidence is presented that you innocent. And to sit up there and say that the court system is fair to African Americans, black people, whatever you want to call us, is a blatant lie. And people know that's a blatant lie. Because if that's the case, why do they have men sitting up in jail for crimes they didn't commit? Why were there cases of men who went to jail for crimes, so-called, sexual assaults that they didn't commit, when they found DNA evidence that they didn't do it? Or they had DNA evidence that was hidden from the jury that they was innocent from the gate. Okay, so please stop trying to play these games that the court system is fair to black people. And I'm going to make this very clear before I even go on talking. Okay, if you are white or non-black or a token, your opinion is not welcome here. It's not warranted. It's not wanted. It's not needed. And it will not be recognized. Because if you come on here trying to talk that slick stuff, I'm going to block you. I'm going to erase your comment. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you try to say something slick, I'm not going to respond. Because I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of thinking I care what you think, because I don't care what you think. I'm not going to give you the attention. I'm not going to respond to you. So when you listen to this video, when you're done and you decide to put something in the comment section trying to be slick, just keep in mind, it will be erased as soon as I see it. You will be blocked as soon as I see it. So you won't get a chance to say anything slick or say anything disrespectful towards Breonna Taylor or Kenneth Walker. So I'm just telling you, you wasting your time. Once again, I don't care what you think. For real. So you wasted your time. You might as well just thumb down the video and keep it moving. Because I'm not responding to you because I know that's what you want me to do. So I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of thinking I care what you think. So just give you a pre-warning. But nevertheless, let me talk about this latest tactic of, the Louisville police department in an attempt to try to ruin and taint Breonna Taylor's reputation. Now, somehow, some way, miraculously, this picture has showed up on the internet and social media of Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker. Basically, they both are holding guns. Okay? So you can't take a picture holding a gun in your hand? Because it's mighty funny. If you look on social media, just Google white people with guns in their hands, white women with guns in their hand, and plenty of pictures will show up. But see how they love to change the image? So now all of a sudden, it's a horrible crime. It's the worst thing that they ever seen with a black person holding a gun in their hand. I know people say America's worst nightmare is a black man or a black woman with an education. Well, could America's second worst nightmare be a black man or a black woman with a gun in their hand and they know how to properly use it? At the end of the day, white people, even when they not trying to, they could just accidentally, like I say, be racist and not even know it. Not that I'm giving them an excuse and giving them a way out, because at the end of the day, they are conditioned. Racism is being conditioned to believe certain things. Okay? For real. It's taught to you. You learn it by other people or mass majority of people that believe a certain thought process towards a certain group of people or certain groups of people. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they are conditioned to believe that people that don't look like them is automatically beneath them or less than them. And they believe that they are supposed to have more. They are taught to believe they are smarter, which that ain't the case. They are taught if they do something, they are supposed to be looked in a different way because of who they are. White privilege really exists. Okay? And it's kind of funny, once again, you have Breonna Taylor, who was shot and killed in her own home by the police. And for people that keep trying to make it look like the police did their job and all that kind of stuff, if the police didn't do anything wrong, why was Breonna Taylor's family paid $12 million? Whether their silence was bought or whatever the case may be, if they didn't do anything wrong, why did they just hand them $12 million? Basically didn't even put up a fight. There you go. Okay? That should answer your question pretty much for all the caucasoids and melanin mutants that want to come on here and try to talk a bunch of junk. You can't answer that question. But once again, Breonna Taylor was the one that was shot, but yet, once again, she's been vilified. Now, let me state some facts. They had a drug-sniffing dog run through her house After the fact, they found no signs of any drug paraphernalia or any signs of drugs being within a close proximity of her home. They did not find anything. They didn't find any type of drugs near her house or in her house. They had the dog run through and everything. Okay? Then let's not mention, due to the fact that the officers turned off their cameras before everything went down. Then there's a discrepancy about what type of ammo was fired. They're not even sure if Kenneth Walker actually shot the police. But they left that out too. They're not telling you that neither. So while you guys come on here trying to act like you know what's going on, and let me run some other facts. The state of Kentucky is a open carry state. And from my knowledge, I did some more research. It's one of 35 states that has what you would consider a stand your ground law. So once again, Kenneth Walker did nothing wrong. But yet they tried to demonize him. And you had these coons like Charles Barkley, who was trying to make it look like he was out of pocket for what he did. Because if this was a white dude, that would be the argument. If Kenneth Walker's name was, Scott Norwood or something, or something like that, or Tyler, or Jeff or something like that, I guarantee you wouldn't be having this argument. I guarantee you people would be fighting tooth and nail for Kenneth Walker saying, hey, he was defending his house. This is dead. I guarantee you that would be getting brought up if Kenneth Walker was white. But due to the fact he was a black man that had a gun and had the right to use his gun, all of a sudden, oh, well, you shouldn't be shooting at police. You need to respect police. You don't even want to have that argument. But once again, they make it look like he's some kind of criminal, and he wasn't. He was a man protecting his home, and protecting his woman. Something that black men, according to Cynthia G, don't do, period. According to other people, that we don't do when it comes to our women. They seem to leave that part out. But it's kind of funny, you think of George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman had run-ins with the law as a teenager, young adult, but nothing to the point to where I guess he couldn't own a firearm. But yet he killed Trayvon Martin. But yet everybody sympathized with him. Oh, he was standing his ground. But he started everything. You feel me? Nobody wants to bring that up. And then you got these people talking about these fake transcripts. Man, I had some white dude try to pull that old George Zimmerman was just, no, he wasn't justified. Had he left Trayvon Martin alone, he is not a cop. Trayvon Martin does not have to tell him where he was going. He doesn't have to show him identification because he's not law enforcement. George Zimmerman started the stuff, and to me, he the one that should have been finished. But then once again, you got everybody trying to portray Trayvon Martin as if he was the bad guy. But that just goes to show you how backwards ass thinking a lot of these melanin mutant are and how they portray themselves. And then not to mention you had people actually making fun of Trayvon Martin being killed, being murdered. And then they try to pull this, hey, let's not make this about race. We're all one group. No, we're not. As long as the establishment is the way it is, no, we're not. And it doesn't matter who's in office. But let me get back to Breonna Taylor. That's just another example. Like I said before, in Kenneth Walker. Once again, Kenneth Walker, his gun was legal. It was legit. Wasn't stolen. Had the paperwork for it. But they still trying to portray him as some gun-toting, thrill seeker that just wanted a chance to shoot at the police when actually he thought somebody was breaking into his home. But I want to talk about another case. Once again, you have that, and once again, Kenneth Walker had a legit gun. But then here's the thing. Now on the flip side, you have Kyle Rittenhouse, who was 17 and had a gun that he wasn't even old enough to own. So technically, he had a legal firearm that he brought from another state, and he ended up shooting 3 people, killing 2. But somehow, some way, he's being portrayed as, an innocent kid, an innocent bystander, and some people trying to make this into some kind of, like, he's some kind of political prisoner or something. For real. He decided to take his ass from Illinois to Wisconsin. But yet, they ain't talking about him. They making him out to be some kind of hero, some kind of innocent victim. You see the difference? But that's what I'm talking about. All kind of pictures of him with guns in his hand. Having a gun. Now, if you grab a gun that's in your house to protect your house, that's a different story. But he took the gun, and from what I heard, his mother drove him over there, which, why had she been charged? And he went over there, and he shot 2 people. See? You see the difference? But yet he's had over $1 million in GoFundMe money raised for him to get him a lawyer. But you got people generalizing him as some kind of hero or some kind of innocent victim. But yet, Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend have been demonized and criminalized. I didn't even want to show that picture, but I just want you to just see. All these pictures of white women with guns at shooting range. Oh, that's cool. But if some black people take a picture with a gun, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. It's for real. This your boy Town Biz. Enough said.